tuning in from. If you're outside of the U.S., let me know what country you're representing. Throw up your flag. Family, I need you to smash up the likes, smash up the likes, smash up the likes. Bad news, fam. We're going down memory lane as another legend has left us, even though she was 79, far too soon. Diane Keaton has passed away, according to reports. So, gotta pay homage, man. You know, anytime it's a real one, gotta pay homage. Gotta pay homage. So, according to this article in People, they can confirm that legendary actress Diane Keaton died in California. There are no further details available at this time, and her family has asked for privacy in this moment of great sadness. Keaton rose to fame in the 1970s thanks to her role in the Godfather films and her collaboration with director Woody Allen. Y'all remember The Godfather, she played Al Pacino's wife. Perfectly cast, perfectly casted. She won an Oscar for Best Actress for her 1977 Annie Hall role. Her long career included movies like The First Wives Club, multiple collaborations with director Nancy Meyers, and the Book Club franchise. The actress was born in Los Angeles in 1946 as Diane Hall and was the oldest of 4 children. Her father was a civil engineer while her mother stayed home. Still, Diane thought her mother dreamed of something bigger. Secretly in her heart of hearts, she probably wanted to be an entertainer and some kind, the actress told People in 2004. She sang, she played the piano, she was beautiful, she was my advocate. Diane performed in plays in high school, and after graduating in 1964, she pursued drama in college. But she soon dropped out and moved to New York to try to make her way to theater. She took her mother's maiden name, Keaton, for her professional name because there was already a Diane Hall registered with the Actors Equity. Interesting. She took her mother's maiden name because her father's name was already taken. His surname was already taken. There was a Diane Hall that already existed. Wonder how Daddy felt about that. Anyway, in 1968, Diane was cast in Broadway's Hair as the understudy for Sheila. In 2017, Keaton told People that she struggled with bulimia during her time after the director of the show told her she needed to lose weight. Though she didn't blame him for her illness, believe me, it had to do with an overabundant need for more. Too much. It was a mental illness, she said. She said she became a master at hiding any evidence. How do you make sure no one knows? You live a lifestyle that is very strange. You're living a lie. She explained about her illness. She eventually recovered thanks to therapy, but said bulimia also robbed her of the ability to enjoy her time on Broadway. Next, Keaton starred in Allen's Broadway show, Play It Again, Sam, which premiered in 1969. She received a Tony nomination for the role. Her film debut was 1970's Lovers and Other Strangers, but her big break came when Francis Ford Coppola cast her as Kay Adams, the girlfriend of Al Pacino, Michael Corleone in Godfather, which was released in 1972. The movie was based on the novel by Mario Puzo, but Keaton didn't read the bestseller before her audition and didn't really know what the film was about. That's what you call stepping out on faith. She said, I think the kindest thing that someone's ever done for me is that I got cast to be in The Godfather and didn't even read it. I didn't know a single thing, she told the People in 2022. I just was going around auditioning. I think that was amazing for me. And then I had kind of to read the book. The film was a massive success and won Best Picture at the Oscars. Keaton reprised her role in '74's The Godfather 2, which was also a triumph and won Best Picture. She returned for 1970's The Godfather 3, the last film. Keaton also continued to collaborate with Allen, appearing in the film version of Play It Again, Sam, released in 1972, 1973's Sleeper, and 1975's Love and Death. Despite her early success, Keaton's insecurities still plagued her, and she would never watch her own films. I just don't like the way I look and sound, she told People. Ain't that interesting, fam? People look at somebody like Diane Keaton and you think she got it all together. She's a big-time Hollywood movie star. She got the money, she got juice, she got nice homes, big cars, access, options, and she's insecure. This is what I mean, fam, or this is what you know how when you hear people say money ain't everything? That's one of the things that they talk about. Even people with money, you can have all the money, all the access and the options. You can be a big old Hollywood star and still be insecure, still be uncomfortable in your own skin. And all of us know, at least to some extent, that ain't nothing worse than being uncomfortable in your own skin. Many speculated that the movie, well, let's go back to 1977, Keaton starred in Allen's Annie Hall as a title character. She won the Oscar for Best Actress for the role. Annie's wardrobe mimicked Keaton's own, full of menswear, vests, and structured trousers, and the film cemented the actress's place as a style icon. Many speculated that the movie was based on Keaton's and Allen's relationship. She told the New York Times in 1977 it's not true, but there are elements of truth in it. Keaton would collaborate with Allen again in 1978's Interiors, 1979's Manhattan, and 1993's Manhattan Murder Mystery. She also defended Allen in the wake of sexual abuse allegations from his stepdaughter, Dylan Farrow. She said, "I love him," is what she told The Guardian in 2014. Keaton's other film roles include 1977's Looking for Mr. Goodbar. Y'all remember that? 1981's Reds, 1982's Shoot the Moon, and 1984's The Little Drummer Girl. She worked with Myers for the first time on 1987's Baby Boom. They would reunite 3 more times in 1991's Father of the Bride. Remember that? I remember that. 1995's Father of the Bride Part 2. Remember that? I remember that. And 2003's Something's Gotta Give. I do remember that, which garnered another Oscar nom for Keaton. Asked which of these projects she loved the most, Keaton told Vulture in 2020, "Honestly, you can think it's sappy, but I love the Father of the Bride movies. They were so touching." Keaton starred with Goldie Hawn and Bette Midler in 1996's The First Wives Club, about 3 women whose husbands had left them for younger women. The comedy famously ended with all 3 singing Leslie Gore's You Don't Own Me. Keaton told The Hollywood Reporter in 2023 that she was always kind of anxious and a little worried while filming it because Hawn and Midler were really amazing actresses. Later roles for Keaton included The Family Stone, Because I Said So, Finding Dory, Book Club and its sequel, and Palms. She made a rare TV appearance with a starring role in HBO's 2016 miniseries, The Young Pope. Keaton also worked as a director, helming the 1987 documentary Heaven, 2000's Hang Up, and an episode of Twin Peaks. In 2021, Keaton starred in Justin Bieber's music video, Ghost. She also was a prolific Instagram user, posting updates on her life, reflections of her career and friendships, and praising those she loved. Looking back on her career, Keaton told People in 2019, "I don't know anything, and I haven't learned." Very humble woman. Getting older hasn't made me wiser. Without acting, I would have been a misfit. Keaton never married. Today, I was thinking, I'm the only one in my generation of actresses who has been a single woman all of her life. She explained to People in 2019, "I'm really glad I didn't get married. I'm an oddball." I remember in high school, this guy came up to me and said, "One day you're going to make a good wife." And I thought, I don't want to be a wife. Nope. She was romantically linked to Alan Pacino and Warren Beatty throughout her life. "Talent is so damn attractive," she noted to People. Keaton had 2 children, daughter Dexter and son Duke, whom she adopted in 1996 and in 2021, respectively. Motherhood was not an urge I couldn't resist. It was more like a thought I'd been thinking for a very long time, so I plunged in, she told Ladies' Home Journal in 2008. Keaton is survived by her children. I don't like that ending, man. That ending could have been a little bit more, could have had a little bit more punch for a legend like Diane Keaton, you know? So, but in any event, fam, that's where we are. Diane Keaton, dead at 79, a legend. So let me tell y'all what I liked about Diane Keaton the most. She played uncomplicated roles. Like if you watch her, you know, in all of her roles, you know, she was always the unassuming person. You know, she played the low key, like, you know, the person who never really just had everything together, right? She always played those. She was really good at playing those roles where where she didn't really have it together, and that humanized her. That made a lot of people relate to her because they're looking at this this person who is on the screen and she's bigger than life, and this movie is centered around her, but she don't have it together. She's trying to figure it out just like everybody else. That was one of the major qualities about watching her that I liked. You know, she played a classy, awkward, carefree, spirited type person. Like all of her roles were like that. Like all of her roles were like, you know, carefree, spirited, you know, uncertain. Yeah. I could say that. And, you know, awkward and classy. Always classy. Always classy. I like that. Where did class go, y'all? What happened to class? Diane Keaton's cause of death has not been released, so still trying to figure that piece out. You know, don't know what happened. She was 79 years old. She was up in age, but she seemed like she had more life in her. Like, you know, she was constantly posting on Instagram, and you know. But hey, if you're gonna go, hey, that's the way to go, in my opinion. Like, make it quick, fast, in a hurry. Like, here today, gone tomorrow. Healthy today, the next day, boom, out of here. But maybe just a little bit warning, just a little bit warning, where I can at least tell somebody, don't let Tissy in my house. Wouldn't you want to have that, fam? Wouldn't you want to like at least, you know, nobody want to suffer, right? But if you're going down, you want to at least have 24 hours where you can give some directives, right? You just take, like, don't let such in my house. Don't let such come to my funeral. Look, don't put me in that suit to such. You know, like you can, yo, and you can give up the codes. You can tell people what the codes are. Look here, the code to such is here. Look, that I got an envelope for you, and it's over here. Such. Look, the key to such is over here. You know what I'm saying? Wouldn't that be cool if you just knew? Man, I got 24 hours. It's, like, so boom. Got anybody you want to apologize to, you go ahead and apologize. Anybody you want to make sure you get a middle finger to, you get a middle finger to. I know some of y'all saying that ain't right, Willie D, man. You don't need to be thinking like that, man. Why not? Why not? Cradle to the grave, man. Cradle to the grave. Like, cradle to the grave. Look, as we get older, obviously you want to grow, right? You want some growth. But at some point, who you are, your behavior, your character, your spirit kind of levels out. It kind of levels out. And you might have a little growth here along the way. There's a little growth here. But your core beliefs, your convictions are pretty much etched in stone. And, there's certain convictions that I got. I'm cool with it, fam. Even though some people don't like it, I'm cool with that. I'm cool with it. I have no problem with it whatsoever. I don't like somebody, I'm cool with it. If I die, they die. If I don't like them, I'm cool with it. I don't care about all that stuff some people be getting caught up in. Like, you got to forgive. You got to forgive for yourself. It's not for them. No, I'm going to not forgive for myself. That's cool, and I sleep good. I don't lose no sleep. It's not stressful whatsoever, I promise you. It's not stressful. I think that some of us, we got to get used to being able to, it's part of protecting your energy. You got to be used to shutting people down and not giving them no action, and being cool with that. Like, being cool with it to the point where it don't hurt you, it don't affect you, it don't stress you, it don't make you uncomfortable, nothing. I'm cool with that. Get some shout outs right quick. Let's see who we got in the chat. Let's see who we got in the chat. Let's see who's in the chat. I saw Connie. What's up, Connie? I see Vicky. What up, Vic? Vicky Slaughter. Ronald Patterson. Apple Peach. Who is that? Is that Daraji? Is that Durji? Durji Kabid? Or is that Kabedi? Dedrick Kabedi. Whatever it is, that's a dope name though, like Kebede. That's a dope name. I'll run with that. If that was my last name, that would have been my rap name, Kabedi. Y'all would be like, y'all right now, y'all wouldn't be listening. It wouldn't be Willie D Live right now. It'd be Kabedi Live. Yeah, you know what I'm talking about? That's a dope name, Kabedi Live. Yeah. Cash Journey. What up? Love Moves. BJ. What it do? Amazing Love. Corey H. Divine energy. That's what we need, y'all. I'm so Cinderella. Dwight Thomas. Dwight Thomas says, respect to you for honoring Diane Keaton. For real, man. Yeah. Look, fam. If I rock with you, man, you know I rock with you, man, and it don't matter, man. It don't matter what your background is. It don't matter, you know, if we ain't got the same upbringing and we got different skin color. If I rock with you, I rock with you. You know, I'm gonna be consistent with it. So I rock with Diane Keaton. You know, like I've been entertained by her movies and I've also been inspired by her class, the way she's carried herself. You know, it ain't a lot of people out there who carry themselves with class. So, and she's always carried herself with class and dignity, you know. And now I see why, because she's all, you know, from that People article, she talked about how she's always been insecure. And I think sometimes insecure people can be the most humble people, can be the most, can be the coolest people to be around. Because although they, you know, they can think that there's somebody and they're important or whatever, they don't think so much of themselves that they think that the world is beneath them, that they think that others are beneath them. So I think that's her spirit just translated off the screen, you know. I think it was, and her character was relatable because she was really good at playing those insecure roles, but insecure, but classy, because there's insecure people that are horrible people, right? You know, for example, the dude named that start with a T, and first name start with a D, last name start with a T. Horrible, just horrible human being, right? Insecure. And this is why, you know, some people who are insecure are really, really horrible people, right? But there are others who are insecure, and because they are insecure, they don't think too much of themselves, even if others do. And Diane Keaton came off as one of those type of people. And I think that's why she was so beloved, because she was talented. She was talented, but, you know, she kept a grip on her grounding. Oh, and she left a hell of a body of work. Toria Williams, what's up? She left a hell of a body of work. So you already know, you go turn the television on now, they're gonna be playing those movies. Because, oh yeah, she got some good stuff out there. She left some really good stuff out there. That's the type of actor. If I was an actor, that's what I would want to be. I want to make sure I leave some good stuff, a good body of work. You know, I want to leave a good body of work. Something that's going to last forever. Something that 100 years from now, if people are watching it, they're still being entertained, they're still learning something from it, they're still being motivated and inspired. Yeah, that's the type of art I like. That classic stuff. What's up, Larry Smith? Joshua Carrero. Moo Moo, what up? Bernice Welch. Lisa Hickman. Got Diane CHG, that's Go Trap, Ghost, Trap, Go Trap. It's hard, I don't know what that word is. I don't know what that is, but I got Diane in there. Let's see. Teddy Strong Bear. Dear heart. Hello, Clarice. Clarice. Hello, Clarice. Clarice. Butterfly Love. Brenda Blair. Sandra Frazier. Roxanne Thomason. Roxanne Thompson. Roxanne. I couldn't help it. I could not help it. Kim, what's up, Kim Williams? Mark Roberts, what's up? That's it, fam. That's my show for today. Diane Keaton, man, she will be missed. Beloved Diane Keaton is no longer with us, fam. She's gone, but she definitely made her mark. She left her mark. And for that, we are forever grateful. R.I.P. Diane Keaton. No more talk.